my name is Breda Muldoon, and welcome to the province of Alberta. I am a water scientist within the province, and so I wanted to take you guys on a ride today to explore some changes in water that have occurred at lakes across Alberta. So first, we're going to go visit a water expert within the city of Edmonton, ask him a few questions, and then we're going to go about an hour west of Edmonton to the community of Isle Lake and explore some of those changes in the field. So come on, let's go.
Hello, here I am at the offices of the Alberta Lake Management Society with their Executive Director, Brad Peter. Brad, can you tell me a bit about what ALMS does, or Alberta Lake Management Society?
So ALMS is a registered charity based out of Edmonton, Alberta, and we work to educate Albertans on lakes, reservoirs, and their watersheds.
That's really great. So specifically, how do you work with communities on addressing lake issues?
So one of our major programs is Lake Watch, and Lake Watch is a monitoring program that works with people all across the province to collect water quality data. And this program is designed to allow people to establish a baseline for their lake and track the health of their lake over time.
Okay, so based on that program, do you have an idea of what maybe the top two major issues facing Alberta lakes are?
Yeah, so in Alberta we have eutrophication, which is excess nutrients in lakes, which can drive algae blooms. And more recently, aquatic invasive species are a major issue in the province.
Okay, so some tough challenges ahead. So historically and maybe currently, what are the driving factors behind those issues of eutrophication and aquatic invasive species in lakes in Alberta?
So Alberta has really nutrient-rich geology, which means our lakes are naturally productive. But things like agricultural development, urban development, recreational development, all of these things in a lake's watershed contribute to nutrients in the lake. So those are important pieces in eutrophication. With invasive species, recreation pressure is huge. People can bring invasive species from other jurisdictions when they come to our province to recreate. So development and recreation are two major issues impacting Alberta's lakes.
All right, well, it's really great we have an organization such as your own to really help work with communities to solve some of these issues in Alberta. So thank you for providing us with information today.
So here we are in the community of Isle Lake. We're gonna jump in my handy dandy kayak and explore some of the issues we talked about with Brad directly on the lake. Let's go. Eutrophication is one of the main water challenges that Brad told us is facing Alberta lakes. And Isle Lake is no different. Currently, I'm sitting in the middle of an algae bloom. Now, these types of blooms have occurred on the lakes even before European settlement, but the research is showing that they could be increasing in frequency and severity. And the local community is trying to figure out ways to reduce pollution around the lake and in the watershed in order to reduce these types of blooms from occurring. This is because they interfere with recreation and they can pose a human health hazard. Eutrophication isn't the only major water challenge facing the Isle Lake community. There's another one, and it's called flowering rush. Flowering rush is an aquatic plant, but it's invasive. And as Brad mentioned, aquatic invasive species are of major concern to Alberta lakes. Now, flowering rush was first detected in Isle Lake in 2014, and it's of concern because it displaces native habitat, and it also interferes with recreation. So the local community is working with the provincial government to figure out ways to manage and eventually eradicate this aquatic invasive plant from the lake. So now that you have a good overview of the challenges facing the Isle Lake community, let's go on a bit of a paddle and explore the getaway that this lake provides to the residents of Alberta and the Isle Lake community. So that's all for me. It was great to meet you, and I'm glad you could join me on my Isle Lake adventure.